Hello, class. In this section, 7.1, we're looking at the central limit theorem. And there's two parts, you can say three parts to the central limit theorem. The first part, if we have a sample size that is greater than 30, so if n is greater than 30, then we can say that our sample is a normal distribution. So we're looking for numbers like 31, 32, or bigger. If that is the case, then the mean will be the mean. We write it this way. The mean of our sample will just be equal to the mean that we're given to in our question. However, the standard deviation is going to change. So the standard deviation of our sample is not going to be the standard deviation given to us in the question. It's going to be the standard deviation divided by the square root of n. Our second case, what if we have a small sample size? Well, we're okay. If n is smaller than or equal to 30, and it's normal, but it's normal, then we'll be okay. Because if it's normal, it's normal. So two things that we're looking for. We're looking for a large sample size, or we're looking for it to be normal. Therefore, there's two parts to the central limit theorem. However, there is, I guess you could say, a third part. What happens if we have a small sample and it's not normal? Well, then otherwise, the central limit theorem, I'll abbreviate that as CLT. You can do that also on your test. Does not apply. Well, let's summarize. We've been learning a different way these last couple of weeks. Let's summarize what we've learned in Chapter 6 and Chapter 7. So we'll summarize 6 and 7. And if we had a sample size of 1, we know our z-score. Our z-score is x minus mu over sigma. But if our sample size happens to be larger than 1, then our z-score is going to change. And you'll see this in the homework. Our z-score will be x, or we should say x bar, minus. Now remember, we just said over here in example 1 that mu stays the same. But we said over here that the standard deviation changes. So if our sample size is bigger than 1, it will be the standard deviation divided by the square root of n. All right. I'll be online looking for your follow-up questions on the information from section 7.1. We'll meet again.